What it do, baby? Good morning. How we feeling today? Let's get hype. Let's get grub. Let's get hyping this today. What's good on y'all? How y'all feeling today, man? Welcome into the Gridiron. I'm your host, Jersey the King. We got a great show for you today. A lot of XFL news, USFL Offseason news, and we're going to be talking about our top 5 AFC and NFC QBs in the NFL and some NFL offseason news as well. There's still some players that have not been signed. So let's get it popping. Oh, y'all want to see that intro again? Let's run it again. It's showtime, baby. It's the Gridiron. Let's jump in the trenches. All right. So today, what's going on here? What's going on, Gabe? What's going on, GV? Hi, my wifey. Anybody else who's in here watching, thank you guys for watching on both Facebook and YouTube. We are live with the Gridiron episode 20, man. Like I said, we got a good lineup for today. We're going to be talking about Vegas Vipers news. You already know I'm decked out in my Vipers gear, Fang Gang all day. I do apologize to all the Gridiron viewers. Last week, I did not bring you guys the show on Tuesday or Thursday. I will be doing that this week for sure, so that will be ready to go. It was just the holidays, things of that nature, so I just wanted to make sure we just spend time with our families and things like that. So I will be bringing the episodes on Tuesday and Thursdays this week. Starting with this week's episode for Tuesday will be strictly about the Vegas Vipers and XFL news, so y'all sit back and get ready for that as well. But today, breaking news, I guess you can say. Anthony Blevins, former assistant special teams coach for the New York Giants. Meaning, what's going on, Platinum? Welcome in, brother. Meaning, my man has NFL experience, coaching experience from an NFL level, and he was coached alongside with my man Brian Daboll, and I think that's going to be huge for the Vegas Vipers. Now, a little bit of his pedigree, just so you guys know, this is a league of opportunity, man, and for him to get this opportunity, it's huge. It's going to be big because he's bringing in not only NFL coaching experience, but he's also bringing in college coaching experience because he did coach on the college level as well. So, like I said, it's just huge for Blevins because, again, he's getting an opportunity at a head coach position. I think that for him getting this opportunity makes it good for the Vegas Vipers because this past season, I should say, the Vegas Vipers had the best team on paper. But when it came to on the field play and the coaching, you could tell that it just wasn't where it should have been. Rod Woodson and his coaching staff and the plan that they had for the team, the strategies that they went into each game with each week just did not fit with what the Vegas Vipers roster was capable of doing. And that's why we had an abysmal season. Real talk. That's why we had an abysmal season. And I think that this upcoming season, bringing in a coach like Dr. Anthony Blevins and having that experience that he has on both the NFL level and the college level, he's going to bring in a whole new vibe into that locker room. And he's going to sell those players on what he's trying to accomplish. And I really believe that the Vegas Vipers will have a bounce-back season, and they will be a hell of a lot better than they were this past year, period. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Go ahead, Gabe, what do you think about that? Because I know you have experience as far as covering, different coaches and things of that nature. With him being a coach that has NFL and college coaching experience, how well do you think this is going to be for how well do you think it's going to work for the Vipers organization and the team in general? What do you guys think in the chat? Gabe, especially you, I want to hear from you, bro. Because I know, like I said, you have knowledge of these coaches and things of that nature. So, as a fellow sportscaster, do you guys think that bringing another coach like Anthony Beck, having that NFL experience at the coaching level, do you guys think that's good for the XFL moving forward and for these XFL teams? Let me know, chat. We do got some fan mail today, so we'll be asking some fan mail questions. Got a couple questions on fan mail, and I do have a response to my top 5 AFC and NFC quarterbacks going into the season. I did post that on Facebook and Twitter this morning, and I did get a response, so we will be going over that as well. Thank you for liking the stream, everybody. I appreciate the love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go follow me on all the social platforms, and make sure you subscribe to the Gridiron channel. We will be moving the show over to the Gridiron channel soon, so make sure you guys definitely go and do that. He said it's going to be major for it's going to be major for the team. It's a coach and not a former player, so guys will want to play for him. I think he'll do well, and his college coaching will do well in scouting the collegiate talent. And I do agree with that as well, Gabe. I feel that him having that knowledge and that experience and being able to go out there and scout the right talent for the rookie draft is going to be huge next offseason. But even just having an experience, like you said, he'll be able to do well in scouting that collegiate talent as well for the team. So I think that that's going to be huge as well for just the league overall. And like you said, it's not a former player, so it makes it a lot more of a want to play for this guy. You know what I mean? He has the coaching experience that we're looking for our guys in the locker room. GV says, to be honest, it might be a good thing because for those that didn't make the cut to the NFL before, they might get some insights on how to improve their game to get to the next level and have a chance at the NFL again. And that's huge. That's true. That's so true. Again, this is what Gabriel said. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, roll up if you got to, light up if you don't. It's 4:20 somewhere, and it's time to smoke. And again, GV, you're right. You know, that'll give them a chance to make it to the next level easier if that's where they're trying to go. You know, there's players out there who aren't really looking to make it to the NFL, honestly. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I know there's a few players that are going into the XFL that are looking to shine bright in the XFL. They're not looking to go to the NFL and try to perform at a certain level at the NFL when they can perform, they can perform at their highest level in the XFL or even the USFL, and it'll be beneficial for them. They know they could be a star. They know they could hold records and blow this league up. But there's a lot of players out there. What's going on, Laisha? Thanks for pulling in, bro. There's a lot of players out there who are looking to move on to the next level. But again, there's a lot of players out there who are looking to stay in the XFL and shine and really be stars. So when the XFL grows and there's more players that are staying on teams and not going to the NFL or leaving the XFL for maybe even the USL or whatever the case, or the USFL, then you got to imagine once these players start getting their jerseys sold and their numbers on the back with their name, they know they've made it. They're accomplishing a goal, being a star in a football league. It may not be at the NFL level, but it's still in a league that's going to be growing. Like when the XFL first launched in 2001, everybody had high hopes for another successful spring football league. We all know what happened, the gimmicks and all that. And like Gabe said, yeah, his experience in both NFL and collegiate will definitely help these guys refine their game from college to the NFL level. He could be good for recruiting free agents that didn't get drafted, and that is absolutely true, bro. Hit says there are players who want to make it more, and then there are players who just want to play. And that's the thing. There's a lot of players out there who just want to play the game. They love the game of football. So trying to get to the NFL isn't the end game for them. You know what I mean? Trying to make it to the NFL is not the end game for some of these players. Some of these players' end game is to be stars in that spring league. And I'm telling you, it's out there. They're out there. Those players are in the league already. Look at Agent McCarron. He could have went back to the NFL this season, but he decided to stay and play for the St. Louis Battlehawks again. He decided to stay and play where his sons can see him play. That's what it's all about. He made his money in the league. He was a backup. It is what it is. But now he's in a league to where he can be a starter and he can lead a team and he can still win championships. It's not that's the thing. It's football is football. Whether it's NFL, whether it's college, whether it's a spring league, does not matter. Football is football, and we all love football. So at the end of the day, there's people who play the game of football for the love of the game. You know what I mean? And with them playing for the love of the game, they're, like I said, their end game may not be to go to the NFL and play at the NFL. Some players who were in the NFL before and are no longer in the NFL or playing now in the XFL or the USFL, they may just be good with where they're at. You know what I mean? They may just be good where they're at. And if that's the case, let them shine. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Dr. Anthony Blevins is the new head coach of the Vegas Vipers. He said we just hate flag football. No, flag football sets up the future of tackle, players in tackle, honestly. Real talk. But honestly, I think that it's a good move. And I think with it being like Gabe said, with it being a coach with coaching experience on the NFL and college level and not a former NFL player or former college star and all this other stuff, these players are going to want to play for him. These players are going to want to win for him and put it all on the line every single week, week in and week out. Now, in other news, Josh Sella has been named the XFL Chief Commercial Officer. So he's going to be handling like the league's team sponsorship, the advertising, and the consumer product businesses. So that's pretty big. He'll be overseeing all that. And I think that's going to be big for the XFL because I think we need somebody to put the marketing and advertising in the right direction. So that way the league as a whole gets more exposure. The league as a whole gets more fans to embrace the league and trust the league. That's a big thing. And a lot of us XFL podcasters are really throwing that out there because it's the truth. You know what I mean? The XFL lost trust. It's as simple as that. The XFL lost trust with their fans. So at the end of the day, now they have to earn that trust back. They lost trust from the 2001 season. They lost trust from the 2020 season. That's a lot of losing. You know what I mean? So now they have to gain the fans' trust back. And this offseason is going to be major for them to do that. If they don't do that, honestly, the success of the league is unsure. But by putting Josh Sella as the chief commander of overseeing all of those different aspects as far as marketing, team sponsorship, advertising, consumer product business, the whole nine, I think putting somebody in place that has a direction and knows where the league needs to go and is working to put the league in that direction and have the league go that direction for the greater good of the league, then I feel this was a right move. What do you guys think? Do you think this position was needed? Got my healthy drink. You already know. Because the XFL did cut 20% of their marketing. So do you guys feel that this was needed? Like literally needed? Because putting somebody, one sole person, I feel putting one sole person in that position makes it easier than having a bunch of different people for each team. Now have a marketing team for each team, you know what I mean? But he still oversees everything. You know what I mean? And I think that just makes sense. I think it just makes sense, and I think it's going to be a winning situation for the league in a whole. How do you guys feel? We need to know, baby. Gabe says, I feel like the position was not necessarily needed, but it's a good move in terms of trying to make the XFL brand grow. I like it. I feel you. It may not have been necessarily needed, but it, like you said, it is a good move in trying to help the brand of the league grow, trying to help the face of the league grow, trying to help the league as a whole grow and gain that trust of the fans back. So that way these games are sold out. You know what I mean? The fans are showing up, showing out, and showing their love for their teams and for the league. So I think it's huge. And I think that it's gonna we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now, a couple of showcases have been taking place as well. The St. Louis showcase just recently happened, and it was a pretty good turnout. I mean, these guys are going in there and they're busting their butts every day, man, to get to this spot, and they literally just had the showcase for. I'm trying to see it. I got to remember where the dates is at. See, they're showing old news. But yeah, recently they just had the St. Louis draft, and I think there's some good players that are coming out, or not the draft, the showcase. I think there's some good players that are coming to these showcases, man, and that are getting looked at. And I think that it's going to be somewhat big as hell when it comes to this off-season training camp, mini camps, because now the rosters are expanded to 90. So now there's a lot of talent that gets opportunity to make the team. You know what I mean? There's a lot more talent that has the opportunity of making the team. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge for them. Real talk. All these players that are coming to these different showcases and getting a chance to be looked at and possibly get a mini camp or training camp opportunity for the offseason to make the team. I just feel that it's huge for them, because with them being able to do that now, and, you know, with the rosters being at 90, there's going to be players that may not have gotten a chance last year because of the roster size. You know what I mean? But probably were good fits for certain teams, you know? So, like I said, we'll just have to see how the rest of these showcases go, see how the combine goes, and see what signings happen, you know? So, now that's it for XFL news today. When we get some more, I'll be talking about it on Tuesday or even Thursday. But for sure on Tuesday, we'll be talking about Vegas Vipers news and just XFL League news itself. Now, let's shift over to the USFL. Again, congratulations to the two-time champions, defending champions, now defending repeat champions, the Birmingham Stallions. These guys, they proved that they were the best team. And going into the offseason, the league is saying that there's already changes that have been made internally. There have been changes already made internally, and there's changes that are going to be made still regarding the rest of the offseason and the league. So I think here's my thing. Okay, here's my thing with the USFL. Again, this hub city situation, it's got to go. Yeah, Pitt was in their head in that game. They could have took it and won that game. They had the Stallions scoreless after one quarter, and then the second quarter just imploded on them, and it was over from there. And they look like the team from the beginning of the season who couldn't score an offensive touchdown and had to rely on field goals and their defense to win. And if defense does win championships, but If your offense ain't helping that defense, you ain't winning. It's as simple as that. Now, again, I think this whole hub thing is bad for the USFL. And going into your third season, you should be out of hubs already. Like, each team should have their own field already. They should have been taking time during this season to see where they could find fields for the team that they currently have. So that way, next season, every team had a home field to play at. They did not do that. Instead, they're going to do the hubs again for a third season in a row. And I don't agree with it whatsoever. I just don't agree with it whatsoever. I think that it's a bad move. I think that it's going to hinder the league for the future. It's going to keep them behind the XFL as it comes to the spring leagues and the popularity and the growth and all that. I think it's going to keep them behind because the XFL has already established what they needed to as far as putting their teams in their respective cities with a home field. Now, as far as them training and practicing and stuff in the home cities, I feel that needs to be a move that needs to get made with the XFL. But as far as the USFL, they need to get out of this whole hub thing. And if they are going to do the hub thing, they need to do it similar to what the XFL has. Get fields for all your teams in their respective cities, and then just have Birmingham be a hub city. You know what I mean? And you fly these guys to their home games and all that. I just feel that it's a necessary need. And with them not doing it, it just seems like they're falling behind when it comes to growing the league. And then I kind of feel like what me and Gabe were talking about recently this past week on his show. I feel like Alabama, Birmingham, the whole state and the city and the team, it's like the USFL's baby. And I don't know, man. It just seems like Birmingham is just going to be the team to beat every single season in the USFL. And until a new expansion team comes along, you know what I mean? It's like they need to hurry up. Like, it's your third season. You should already be in talking expansion. You should already be talking about expanding teams. You went out and got trademarks and copyrights and all this stuff for old logos and old team graphics and just all that stuff. But now you're still talking about going into your third season with the same 8 teams, and everybody's still playing where they played this season, which was an upgrade, of course, from the first season, the first return season from the 80s. It was more of, everybody playing at one field in Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. And then this season, you get 3 more stadiums to where now 3 of your teams have home fields. One field is in Ohio, and it's not even, you don't even have a team there. I mean, come on. It doesn't make sense to me, and the USFL needs to get that together, because at the end of the day, if you expect this spring league to grow and you expect fans to show up to games and talk about the USFL alongside the XFL as well as the NFL, then you need to do something about these hubs. You need to do something about this whole hub situation and get it out the picture, because it's not good for the league. It's not good for the USFL whatsoever. And I just feel that it's going to hinder the league's future, because, again, like I said, they're going into their third season. They should at least be talking about expansion, adding 2 to 4 more teams right now. Real talk. And expanding to the West Coast on top of that. Expanding over to the Midwest and the West Coast. All their teams are on the East Coast and the South. Or in the North. The North, the East and the South. They don't really have no teams. I mean, Michigan is in the Midwest, so yeah, they have one team in the Midwest. I mean, Houston, you got them in the South, but it's like they need to go west. They need to go west. Like they need to come over here and touch California and touch. I mean, you can't put a team in Nevada because there's already a Vegas team in the XFL, so the USFL wouldn't be able to put a team out here in Vegas. They would have to use like Reno for their team. And I'm not traveling to Reno. I'm sorry. I mean, I would. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't know. Gabe says I was okay with the first 2 seasons like this, but for season 3, I think it's going to kill the league. And I agree. I think it's going to put the league at a losing situation type of deal. I feel that with the league going on with this hub thing and not already talking about expanding, because see, they could have been like, Gabe, do you agree? They could have been expanding already. They could have been looking at adding 2 to 4 more teams this offseason, giving them more players in their league to get looked at. I'm just saying, like, you're in your 3rd season back to back to back. Like, there hasn't been no break now. Like, there hasn't been COVID shut it down, so we had to revive again. No, there wasn't that. You had back-to-back seasons, and now you're going into your 3rd season straight. And you're not trying to expand. You're still doing the hubs. Like, Fox Sports, get it together. Like, you guys own this league, and what are you doing with it? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm looking at this. Like, Fox Sports owns the USFL, and they could literally put in money. They could literally sit here and go and find fields for all these teams to play at. You were able to get Ford Field, the Detroit Lions field. You were able to get Ford Field. You were able to find a field in Memphis, Tennessee. There's so many fields that aren't getting used in the summer and spring months until August. So why is there an issue with y'all finding fields for these teams? Philly, you can't find another field in Philly if you can't go to the Eagles stadium. You can't find another Philly or another stadium in Pittsburgh to play at if they can't use the Pittsburgh Steelers stadium. I mean, come on now. There's plenty of options to go out there and look and find for these teams, and I just don't understand why they're not doing it. After 2 seasons, why are you not looking at fields for these teams? Unless that's what they're planning on doing for the 4th season, but by the 4th season, it's going to be too late. What you going to do? But in the 4th season, bring not only, let's see, you're going to bring in not only what? 2 to 4 new teams, but also get rid of the hub system just like that. And now all your 14 teams, 12 to 14 teams that you possibly may expand to will have, a home field. It's going to be too late. It'll be season 4. And who's going to be interested? Like, the fan turnout was horrible this season for every USFL team. And the majority of the reason why is because they don't have home fields and fans are having to travel. No one wants to do that. Gabe says they don't even need these NFL-sized fields. Even something like a small college field will work for now, and that's absolutely – come on now. The Vegas Vipers are using a former minor league baseball field that got converted into a soccer field and a football field. Come on now. So if the Vegas Vipers, if the XFL can go and get Cashman Field, a former baseball stadium, a little minor league baseball field, come on now, and turn it into a football field, a little football, like minor football field and soccer stadium together. Come on now. If they could do it, you can go out and do it. And they put the money in to renovate it to where it's at now. They need to put more money in it and renovate it even more and make it bigger. But come on now. USFL, Fox Sports, get it together. Get it together. Daryl Johnston, get it together. Moose, what are you doing? Moose, what are you doing, man? Because this just makes no sense. Spend the money. Go find these fields for these teams because this is horrible for them, man. It really is. It's horrible for them. And it's not something that's going to help the league survive and be successful for years to come. No, what it's going to do is kill the league. And by the fourth season, ain't nobody going to be interested no more. Hell, by the middle of next season, ain't nobody going to be interested no more. Especially if Birmingham's a powerhouse again. Ain't nobody going to be interested in watching that. Because it's going to be like, oh, well, Birmingham's going to the championship again. Who are they going to play? That's all it's going to be. And I'm not interested in that no more. It was okay for the first two, but now, no. Now I'm at a point where it's like, okay, I'm tired of Birmingham Stallions, and I'm tired of these hubs. Period. That's just how I'm feeling today with it. You know what I mean? And it's like, don't get me wrong, the USFL was interesting this season. There were some games. Look, Gabe said, Hit said that they're just making excuses at this point because it seems like they're not even trying. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel too, Hit. They're making up a bunch of excuses on why they can't go and get fields for their teams. Gabe says, Moose, they're talking about, I was surprised by the ratings drop this year. How? Bro, not only did the ratings drop, but your fans didn't show up to the games. And you added more fields. But you didn't add fields where it was needed all the way. Why would you go and get a field in Ohio? There's no team in Ohio. That makes no damn sense. Like, no sense whatsoever. I don't get what they're doing over there in the USFL, man. I don't. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, if you're not going to go and get home fields for these teams, then what are you doing? Are you going to be a hub league? Like the USFL, the hub league. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man. What are we doing, hub? See, look, I call Moose Hub because that's what we should start calling him, the hub. Because, man, come on, dude. This makes no sense to me. He's just the whole thing. The USFL went into this season worried about the TV ratings and not the fans attending the games. They were more concerned about the TV ratings and the TV ratings being high or higher than the XFLs. Let's say it like that if we really want to compare. But you didn't give a damn about the fans' attendance. The XFL wasn't so much worried about the ratings, the TV ratings. They knew it was going to be there. They cared about the fans showing up to the games. Why? Because they have a field in every city that there's a team. Gabe says the quality of the football played on the field was top-notch, but it doesn't matter if no one is watching, even in the stands. Like music, doesn't matter how good the music is if you can't get listeners, and that's correct. Pitt says if you're only worried about one team, then they even talk about numbers. It won't do nothing unless you put effort into the whole thing, and that's correct as well. Because at the end of the day, if you're worried about one team succeeding and not every team in your league's going to die. Period. The league's going to die. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? The league is going to die. And that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And for what it's looking like, the USFL is killing itself. Honestly, the USFL is killing itself. The XFL is trying to help itself grow and reach a plateau and a level of success that can keep this league around for years to come and give players opportunities to make it to the NFL if they can't get drafted. Period. That's what the USFL is supposed to be about too. But they don't have their league together. And I'm sorry, it's going to be hard for players to really get looked at if you're not even interested in watching the game because you don't have that football experience. And you know what, Gabe? It is too bad because I do love the product and the production, or the product on the field is good. The presentation on of the games is really good. They basically took Fox Sports presentation or NBC sports presentation and put it on fucking the USFL and made it look good. You know what I mean? But when you don't have fans in the stands and like everybody's complaining about it, I'm not so much complaining. I'm just saying that hurt you as a league. That hurt you not having fans in your stands. So when people are watching these games, he's talking about the TV ratings drop and he's surprised. Well, people are watching these games, they don't even see fans in the stands. So it's not a full football experience. That was the major difference in the ratings for the XFL and the USFL as well. When you turn on that game and you see a bunch of fans in the stands, you're going to watch. Period. Because you got that experience. You get that fan experience. You get that football experience. Hitton says, look at it like this. Every team LeBron been on or leaves sinks because they only focus on him and not the whole team. It is how the USFL is doing right now. And you're right. You're right. The only team that that isn't sunk without him has been the Miami Heat. Only team that he no longer plays for that it has not sunk. So, like that. They had a couple bad seasons, but they bounced back and they built a team. You know what I mean? So that's how the USFL is doing, though. They're focusing on the Birmingham Stallions and using Birmingham, the city, as the hub and all of that. You know what I mean? They're doing all of that, and it's just not fair to all the other teams in the league. It's not fair to the fans of the league. It's not fair at all to the league, especially the players and us fans. So that's not a good thing at all, man. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing at all. I forgot my ticker again today. Yeah, every single thing that the USFL does revolves around the Birmingham Stallions. And that's going to kill the league. That is going to kill this spring league. And it's disappointing because everybody sits here and wants to call it a minor league, and it's not. It's a major league. It's just a spring league. These are major league spring leagues because major league players are coming from the NFL and playing in these leagues. I'm just saying. Not all of them, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But do y'all know what time it is?
Mail time.
Let's get it. All right. We got some mail time here for today from Gabe, and we got some from Hit. We're going to start with Gabe's question. Gabe says, it looks like the QBs could be done getting pulled from the XFL to the NFL for the time being, which is very true. It looks like Perez is going to stay. McCarron's going to stay, and Samuels are all going to stay at their respective teams, which he is happy about. With that said, now that DiNucci is out of the XFL, do you see another QB from any team taking his spot as the second face of the XFL, kind of like how him and McCarron was last year? Yes, I do. Before I jump into that question, let me jump back to this comment real quick. Let me jump back into these comments. Hit said they using that team to push the league when there's more teams that can bring in more fans if they get the same push, which is absolutely right. Which leads right into what Gabe says. They don't realize the markets they could be tapping into with Philly, New Orleans, Jersey, and Houston. They all love football, and that's so true. Like, we got 2 New York teams from the NFL playing in New Jersey, but no New Jersey team. Push that market. Come on now. But yeah, back to Gabe's question. He says, is there a quarterback in the XFL that I think will basically step up and be the second face of the XFL or has the possibility to? Yes, I do. And it's out of three people because McCarron has already got his spot. AJ McCarron's already got his spot. It's out of three people: Luis Perez, Jordan Ta'amu, and my guy, Fang Gang, Jalen McClendon. With this new coach and Anthony Blevins, Jalen McClendon is going to shine next season. Luis Perez gets to start fresh, like a whole season under Bob Stoops. That's going to be whew. And then Jordan Ta'amu, whole nother season. I'm just saying. Those are the three quarterbacks that I think could be the next face of the XFL, the second face of the XFL, as far as, QB faces. And I just feel that Jalen McClendon is going to shine next season. He was a star at Baylor. He was a monster at Baylor, bro. He did his thing at Baylor. He's going to get the opportunity now to be the starter for the season and have control of every offensive aspect that he can. Now he can really put his talent on display. Luis Perez already showed us what he got when he played for the Vipers and when he got traded to the Arlington Renegades and led them to a XFL championship. So I'm just saying, them two guys for sure. Even Jordan Ta'amu, he led his team with help with all his weapons. He led his team. And they made it to not only the XFL championship, but has led his team to having the best record in the entire league last year. So that's why I say those three guys have the potential of being the next face of the XFL. It's going to be out of those three. Mark my words. If Quentin Dormady stays the starter for Orlando, he's going to be really good for them. I don't know who Seattle's going to put at quarterback yet, so we just got to wait and see on that. You know what I mean? But San Antonio, I don't know if Jackie's coming back because he got an invite. I don't know if he got signed though. But I'm just saying, Houston needs to get a better quarterback because Brandon Silvers, I don't think he's the one. I think they need to put it in the backup. I forgot his name. But I just feel that we're going to see a huge turnaround for the Vipers next season. Arlington's going to be a force to be reckoned with as the reigning champs. And DC just going to be DC. So it's going to be interesting. And you already know AJ McCarron going to do his thing in St. Louis. He's going to get them boys ready. Like, he's been all over this shit. AJ McCarron went to the showcase. AJ McCarron was, present about the draft, everything. Like, he's ready for this team to be successful. He wants a championship. So that's why he's not going anywhere. But those are my three guys right there, Gabe, to answer your question, my brother. Now, my boy Hidden asks, first question, he asked three of them. Let's get it. His first question is, do you think football coaches in general have a draft like players do? No, they don't. What goes on with the football coaches is basically they get interviewed. Real talk. They get interviewed and hold on. Let me pause on that question real quick. Vipers will be improved. They already have the defense. They got the defense and the offense. They just didn't utilize it. They got the players. Martavis Bryant, Jeff Badette. We got the wide receivers. Cam Sutton, Price. Come on now. We got the running backs, Stewart, all them boys. We got the offense and the defense. We didn't have the coaching. And that's going to change this season. That's all I got to say, Gabe. But back to your question, Hit. No, the coaches do not get drafted. They get looked at. They get scouted like players. Like, they'll go out and they'll see how coaches have done. Like, when these organizations go and look for coaches, or like spring leagues, they go and look for coaches. It's like scouting college players. It's not so much a draft. It's more like they go out and scout these coaches and see who would be the best fit for certain teams. Like in these spring league cases, they go out and find the coaches for these teams. Like, they get the team organization together, whatever, and then they go out and find a coach. They all sit down and they talk about who out of they pick. You know, they have a list of coaches, and they're like, okay, out of this guy, get this guy, out of this list of guys, who do you think will be the best fit for this team, or this team? Or who do you think will be the best fit for your team? You know what I mean? And that's how they do that. So, no, there is no coaches draft. That would be kind of dope. But it's not necessary. Second question is, in general, do you want for all football drafts to be streamed or put on TV? Yes. Hell yes. Hell yes. That killed me this season with the XFL. The XFL draft not being televised was horrible. That's just stupid to me, because at the end of the day, we want to know about these players that are coming to our teams. We want to know the order that they were picked. That means something to these players. It means something if they get drafted in the NFL. So it means something in, the XFL too. Getting drafted to a sports league means something. So why not televise it? You know how many people would have watched the XFL rookie draft if they would have televised the XFL rookie draft? If they would have had it set up like the NFL draft, there's no other way to do it. So if they would have had actual draft set up to where we know the order of each round, which team picked at which number in each round, I guarantee you, millions of people would have watched that. All the XFL fans around the world would have watched that. Real talk. All the XFL fans would have watched it, because we want to know who's coming to our teams. So we definitely would have watched. Yeah, you're right. To players and fans, it means something. It means something to us. There would have been current players that would have watched who couldn't have made it to the draft. There would have been current players that would have sat and watched the draft just to see who's coming to play with them. You know what I mean? So that's huge. It should have been televised. We should know who was the number one draft pick. We knew who was the number one draft pick in the league in the draft last season, in the supplemental draft or the regular draft that they had. We knew Abram Smith was the number one pick. So why couldn't we find out who was the number one rookie that was picked? He said, Gabe said, I think that would change for the XFL next offseason regarding the draft. Everyone hated that they didn't stream it or online at least, but it's looking like the XFL is listening to the fans so far, and they are. The XFL league itself listens to their fans, and that's one thing that we do love about the league, that they do listen to us, and they're making changes based off of what we want. So that's why the XFL is going to be successful, because they're really a league of fans and what the fans want. You know what I mean? They're a league for the fans, excuse me. And they they're giving us fans what we want, period. So yes, they need to. Shit, have the CFL draft on. I don't care. I want to see it all. Last question from Hit. He said, what do you think is more important to the leagues moving forward into the seasons and beyond? For the XFL and the USFL growth. Mainly with the XFL, gaining the trust back of the fans, growing the league, and being able to expand the league in the near future. Real talk. That's a major thing for the XFL. And the reason why I say that is because after the championship game, Danny Garcia, the chairwoman of the XFL, and Dwayne Johnson. No, that's my dude. Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Jerry Cardinal, the three owners of the league, let it be known that 2024 they're not looking to expand anything as far as teams. They're not looking to expand and add more teams yet. What they will be doing in 2024 regarding that, though, is they are going to be looking at markets that they could add expansion teams for the 2025 season. So in 2024, the XFL isn't preparing to expand and add more teams. What they're doing is they're preparing to go into the 2024 season, fix what needed to be fixed in 2023, go into this 2024 season with more success to ride on and to have, and to start the process of looking at markets to expand. So this is why I say that the USFL is behind, because the USFL is still basing themselves off. They're still basing themselves out of this hub crap. They're still doing this hub thing for 3 years straight, and you have a year on the XFL. You have a year head start on the USF on the XFL. The USFL is going into the third season. The XFL is only going into its official second season. Now, technically, if you want to be real, this is like the fourth XFL season. It's just the only one that's been back to back. That's it. But I'm just saying, the way that these leagues are looking, it's about growth. It's about trying to grow their leagues and grow the brand of both the XFL and the USFL. Gabe says, shit, bro, if they air the XFL draft next offseason, we got to do a live stream. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's going to definitely happen. Come on now. You already know that's going to happen. It says, I just think of the draft like all these music award shows that be out here. They look like, why they not doing that for all aspects of the sports draft wise? I get you. I get that. That's a good comparison, because when you watch these different music shows, so many advertisements come on TV leading up to the award show. And then when it happens, so many people show up and so many people watch. You know what I mean? So if the XFL and the USFL were to advertise their drafts and televise them, or even stream it and just have commercials like, hey, Fox Sports app is going to be doing the USFL draft, streaming the USFL draft, and they just show it on all the Fox Sports channels and all the Fox channels. Commercials. For the XFL on ESPN, hey, the rookie draft and the regular XFL draft is going to be held on such and such date. It's going to be live on ESPN Plus, or it's going to be live on ESPN Plus and ESPN at such and such time. And they just keep promoting it weeks leading up to it. So that way people are prepared for it and they're ready to show up. And then the turnout is going to be phenomenal, man. It's going to be phenomenal, period. It's going to be a phenomenal turnout if they do it like that. That's all I'm saying. Real talk. That's all I'm saying. But that is it for the fan mail. Thank you, Hit.
Mail time.
You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. But now let's transition. Look, I'm over here clicking buttons. Let's transition over to the NFL. Now, I asked, who are your top 5 AFC and NFC quarterbacks going into this upcoming season? And I'm trying to pull up. Boom. All right. So I asked this, I posted this on Facebook, and this was one of the replies I got. Gabe said, for the NFC, he's got Matthew Stafford at number 1, Dak Prescott at number 2, Jalen Hurts at number 3, Kirk Cousins at number 4, and Kyler Murray at number 5. Really, bro? That was interesting. I loved it, but that was interesting to me. Really? Why Matt Stafford at number 1? We'll get to your AFC in a minute. Why Matt Stafford at number 1, Gabe? Top 5? He number 1? Why? Why? He said ESPN was airing a cornhole tournament for the 4th. They're telling me they can't air the USFL draft. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But Matt Stafford at number 1, Jalen Hurts at number 3. I mean, I know Aaron Rodgers ain't in the NFC no more, but Matt Stafford at number 1, Kirk Cousins at number 4. And there's no interchangeable. There's no interchangeables on that one. What? Stafford at 1, Prescott at 2, Hurts at 3, Cousins at 4, Murray at 5. Oh, no. I completely agree with the Jalen Hurts spot. I could agree with that. I would put Jalen Hurts probably at my number 3. But Matt Stafford? I'm looking like Matt Stafford, though. Matt Stafford. It's all about consistency on an overall season. Let's be honest, the NFC isn't brimming with elite QBs. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you my top 5. At number 5, I'm definitely putting my boy. It hurts. Derek Carr, number 5. I got to. I don't care if he wasn't in the NFC last season. He's in the NFC this season. Going into this season, yes, I'll put him up there. Most definitely. I love you, baby. Number 4, I'd have to say Dak Prescott. You already know me about Dak. I love Dak. I do. But at 4, I feel that's pretty good for him to be in the top 5 anyways, goddammit. But at 4, I feel that's perfectly fine for him. So Bro, not only is he underappreciated by the fans, Carr is underappreciated by teams. Sorry. And like you said, teams bring in talent to help a QB win a Super Bowl, whereas Stafford was a QB brought in to bring the rest of the team a Super Bowl. You're right. He was. But I'm just saying. I put Stafford at 2 for me because Jalen Hurts is at 3. I got Prescott at 4. I got Derek Carr at 5. I got Stafford. I put him at 2. And then I'd have to say my number 1 NFC quarterback going into this season. It hurts me to say this because everybody slept on him. But then again, it don't hurt. Geno. Period. Geno Smith, Seattle Seahawks. Yes. And he just got more weapons on offense. Yes. Geno Smith is my number 1. I'll put Stafford at 2, Hurts at 3, Prescott at 4, and Derek Carr at 5. Kyler Murray has fell off to me. He's got a whole lot to prove. Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones will never be in my top 5 ever. Brock Purdy, listen. Purdy's good and all. But let's be honest. Brock Purdy was never put in a situation where he had to get the team out of the situation to win the game. He got injured last season in the playoffs and all that good stuff. I understand. Bruh. Going into this season, yes, Geno. Going into this season, listen. Geno Smith got put in a position like Luis Perez. He got put in a winning position with a winning coach, Pete Carroll. Okay, let's look at it for what it really is. He got put in a position with Pete Carroll. Justin Fields would be my number 6. I'm just saying. But Geno Smith got put in a great position, bro. Geno Smith got put in a great position because he got hooked up with a coach that can coach him to success. And look what happened. You don't think it's going to happen again? With him getting more and more upgrades to his offense, you don't think it's going to happen again? They had a good draft. Seattle had a good draft. You don't think Geno could do this again? Now that he has a team and a coach, he's on a team that he could win with, where he could show off his skills that he showed off at West Virginia to get him drafted where he was drafted and get him in the league. I'm just saying. Russell Wilson, I want to call him Westbrook. I don't know why. Russell Wilson got traded and had a horrible season. Horrible. And who had a better season than him? Geno. I love what Geno did last season. I'm happy he earned a new contract, but damn what? I'm just saying. He played a great season last year. I think he's going to do it again. That's why he's my number 1. Because of what they drafted in this upcoming or in this past draft, I just feel Geno's in a prime position to do it again and lead the Seahawks to the playoffs. Just saying. Hey, nobody's getting around that. Nobody like that. Nobody's going to really get around that Niners defense like that. But that's if them boys can stay healthy. I'm just saying. That's if them boys can stay healthy. I think Geno's going to be Geno going into this season, I feel he's the best QB in the NFC. Yes. Yes. Because like we both said with Jalen Hurts, he needs to show that shit again. He said use that energy for Dak and look at it that way. Dak need to get us to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. And they're not going to do that. Real talk. Dak get us to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl, then Dak's number one. Period. You already know. Dak's going to be a number one. You can call it bias or whatever. Rug piece. You can call it bias or whatever. But Dak Prescott has a great season this season. Get us to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. Number one NFC quarterback. I'm just saying. Hot take. Geno Smith had less interceptions than Dak Prescott last year. Hot take. Geno Smith averaged about the same, if not more yards per pass than Dak Prescott did last year. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. So, we could hot take this one all day, but I just feel that going into the season, those are my top five. Geno Smith. Who did I say was number two? Matt Stafford. No. See, the question was going into the season. Not who's going to be the best overall. Dak had one bad season. Dak had one bad season of interceptions, yeah. But Dak had one bad season. Let's be honest, bro. Dak has had one bad season. He is Mr. Divisional Round ever since he got into the league, bro. Every time he's gotten us to the playoffs, he's gotten us to as far as the divisional round and we get kicked out. And why is it always? Because of a Dak Prescott fuck up. Even when the defense then showed up 2 years ago. The first time we played the 49ers. Even when the defense did not show up, he still made a mistake at the end of the damn game. Last season, what happened? Clock management, touching the ball, all that. I can care less about the one season of bad interceptions. What I'm talking about is he ain't got us to the damn NFC Championship, bro. He can't get past the divisional round. Dak divisional round Prescott. That's why I call him that. And I'm a Cowboys fan. You see it. Me and you can debate this all day long, bro. Until Dak Prescott brings the Dallas Cowboys a NFC Championship and plays in a Super Bowl, he has a lot to prove. He ain't shit right now, right? Like that, bro. Having a winning season and getting us to the divisional round and then getting eliminated because of a mistake you made or when you could have played better. Let's keep it real. Playoffs is different than regular season, though. You talked about the interceptions as compared to Geno for 1 year. Yeah, what I'm saying is I feel going into this season right now, Geno Smith is the best quarterback in the NFC. Over Jalen Hurts, over Matt Stafford, over Dak Prescott, over Derek Carr. I just feel he's going to come into the league or come into this season with that chip on his shoulder for not making the playoffs last season, but having such a great season. That's all. I'm not saying he's going to finish this season as the best quarterback in the NFC. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying going into this season, I feel he's my number one. Period. Last season was a KM. Bro. We all know it was on KM. Kellen Moore got where he. I ain't gonna lie. I bet you if Geno Smith was on our team, we probably would have got to the NFC Championship because he makes better decisions, bro. Dak is an overthinker. Let's call that for what it is. Dak Prescott overthinks a lot, man. I know you're a Dak guy, but Dak Prescott overthinks a lot. And I'm a Cowboy diehard. You know this. But he overthinks a lot. Geno Smith is a better decision maker. And yes, you wouldn't take Pete Carroll over Mike McCarthy? You wouldn't take Pete Carroll as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys over Mike McCarthy. I was praying and hoping that Sean Payton retired purposely to come back and be the coach for the Dallas Cowboys because of how close him and Jerry Jones are. I was hoping and praying that we got Sean Payton and got Mike McCarthy out this past season. Real talk. And you're absolutely right. He's been on a bunch of teams who ain't been winning shit or had the coaching. We're talking about the New York Giants, New York Jets. Who else he done play for? Who else did Geno Smith play for? Because as far as I know, New York Giants and New York Jets. I'm just saying. He ain't on those teams. He didn't have the coaching. He didn't have the team. Let's be real. We agree on Dak overthinking, but when he's on his game where they let him play his game on the fly, he's better than Geno. Okay. That may be the case, but he still don't make better decisions than Geno. Or he hasn't. Exactly. Yes. And you take Sean Payton over Mike McCarthy in a heartbeat. Come on now. If we would have got Sean Payton, cocaine would have came back in the locker room and bounties would have been put on people. Oh, my mama. If we would have got Sean Payton in the locker room as our head coach, the Dallas Cowboys would have brought cocaine back in the locker room and we would have started out bounties again. On God. Everybody would have been getting hurt next season. Everybody. Aaron Rodgers week 2, done. Bro, oh my mama. What? Cocaine dynasty all over again. Period. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Cocaine dynasty. Stop playing with us. Part 2, baby. Part 2. Wait, what? That's what Dak need a little bit of. Just saying. Now let's shift over to the AFC. You damn right. Cocaine would have came back, baby. Now let's shift over to the AFC now. Gabe says his AFC top 5 are interchangeable, but as he listed them, his number 5 is Justin Herbert. Number 4, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Joe Burrow. Number 2, Josh Allen. And number 1, Patty Mahomes boys. Okay. Now, mine's a little different. I got at number 5, sorry, Justin Herbert, but you're not even on my list. He's my number 6, actually. But at number 5, I got my boy down in Miami. Tua Tagovailoa, boy. I understand he's not been healthy, but I take Tua at number 5. Number 4, you have Lamar Jackson. That is so disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. Just disrespectful. I have Josh Allen at number 4. Sorry. I have Josh Allen at number 4. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know. You disrespected Lamar Jackson. How dare you? At number 3, I have LJ. Lamar Jackson is my number 3. But number 4, Josh Allen. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. Number 2, now this is going to surprise y'all. Patrick Mahomes. I don't give a damn what he did last season. I don't give a damn. Don't care. I don't care. Super Bowl. I don't care. He's not better than who my number 1 is. My number 1, Joey Burrow. He's the best quarterback in the AFC. Period. I don't care what Patrick Mahomes did last year. Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than him to me. But that's my top 5. Has Dak got a damn MVP? Has Dak Prescott got a league MVP yet? Lamar Jackson has. And I believe Lamar Jackson is the youngest player to ever get a league MVP. Let's stop that. Kansas City ain't got a loaded offense. Even losing, they lost one player, Tyreek Hill, one player, and replaced him with Juju Smith-Schuster. And what that do? Opened up the entire offense. Stop it. Patrick Mahomes has a loaded offense as well. Stop it. They lost one player in Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was not their whole offense. The reason why the Chiefs struggled the way they did is because Tyreek Hill took up too much of their offense. Come on now. I put Lamar over Dak in an overall top 10, but if you're going to use the playoff performance against one use, the same. Bro. Both of them. BOFUM. Both of them done played horrible in the playoffs. Both of them have. The furthest each of them has got is the divisional round. I don't care. Oh, my goodness. Gabe, KC lost an elite receiver. That opened up the offense because of Mahomes? No, that opened up the offense because what do you mean because of Mahomes? He had no other choice but to throw to other players. He ain't got Tyreek Hill no more. All he got is Travis Kelce and then Juju Smith-Schuster and then everybody else that showed up last season. What do you mean? It wasn't just because of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes ain't Pachenko. He ain't running that ball like Pachenko. Stop. Come on. Stop it, Gabe. He's not running that ball like Pachenko. He ain't catching that ball like Travis Kelce. There was some bad throws that the Mahomes made last year where his receivers bailed him out. So let's not sit here and say Patrick Mahomes don't make mistakes. Let's not do that. Stop it. No. Let me take a drink of my smoothie because you're getting my heart racing. Listen, damn it. No, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the AFC, bro. Period. Period. The Chiefs got lucky last year. I'm not saying that he is. Nobody's saying that Juju Smith-Schuster is Tyreek Hill in no way, shape, or form. No. What I'm saying is, hold on, I got to make you a mod too. What I'm saying to you, Mr. Gabe Garcia, what I'm saying to you is, Patrick Mahomes had a loaded offense. Losing Tyreek Hill opened up all the other players' ability. That's why they won a Super Bowl, because of a team effort. I'm not saying Juju Smith-Schuster is Tyreek Hill. What I'm saying is adding a player like Juju and his caliber fit that offense for everybody on that offense to have success, not just two players, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Come on now. Come on now. Put Burrow on KC last year and they don't win the Super Bowl. Put Mahomes on Cincy's roster and they win it all. What? I say otherwise. I say it'd be the same result, except KC's going to the Super Bowl with Burrow. I'm just saying. Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes just look flashy doing what he do. Patrick better when it come to being flashy. Joe Burrow better when it come to being a fucking quarterback. Period. Bro, listen. You got a point. You have a point. But I feel the same way with Joe Burrow. So, I mean, come on now. Hell, you put Joe Burrow or Mahomes down in Miami. Miami's the favorite to win it all. Just like he said, we are done with this combo. Just like I feel Aaron Rodgers, you see how he's not even in my top 5? Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are Super Bowl favorites. No, they're not. Stop. You're absolutely right. Now, that would be huge. That would be a huge loss for Joe Burrow. But you don't think they'd bring somebody in that would complement the offense enough if they can't get a big-time receiver? I'm just saying. That's why I blew smoke in the camera. I'm just saying, Gabe. Hell, put Mac and Cheese Jones on one of them teams. You'll see success from that boy. Aaron Rodgers is washed up and needs to go home. I don't care how well he does. I think, you know what? I'm going to predict it right now. Aaron Rodgers does not do as well as anybody thinks. Aaron Rodgers will not make the playoffs this season. The Jets will not make the playoffs. Watch. Why? Because the Super Bowl or bust this season for them. The Jets will not make the playoffs. And I'm going to laugh when it happens. Did you see the Jets' schedule for this season? Did you see the first 6 weeks of their schedule? The Jets are not making the playoffs. They could go 0-6 in the first 6 weeks. Stop it. Aaron Rodgers is not MVP no more. He's not MVP caliber level no more. He's that bad man that Stephen A. want to keep calling him. I hate that crap. Stephen A., stop it. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are not winning the Super Bowl. Them boys is too young for him. That's why he went and got all them old guys. Because he know ain't nobody going to respect him. Don't come over here thinking that we're Green Bay. We're not. You better come get with this New York Jets culture. And so what them boys is on. Them young boys, don't get me wrong, the Jets have a good team. They should have made the playoffs last year. Right. Why are we talking about the Super Bowl already? Just because they got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was a bum last year. He played like a bum. And he had 2 rookie wide receivers out there balling their ass off. And he played like a bum, like a straight scrub. Period. You went into Detroit sleeping on Detroit. Come on now. Jared Goff led the Rams to the Super Bowl. Stop it. He's not no scrub. And you went in there thinking that y'all was just going to obliterate him, and y'all got beat. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been a great quarterback in the last 3 seasons. So I don't see the Jets making the Super Bowl. I don't even see them making the playoffs. Bro, and that's what we're about to join. That's the conversation I'm about to jump into now. DeAndre Hopkins is still not signed. Like, D-Hop's still not signed. Dalvin Cook is still not signed. And if Mac and Cheese Jones gets Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins, because Dalvin Cook's talking about he wants to play. All right, have a good one, man. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the fan mail questions. I really appreciate you, bro. You have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go get your relaxation on, man. If you're absolutely right. If the Pats sign D-Hop, they don't have a chance in that division, let alone the AFC conference itself. They'll be looking at barely making the playoffs if they do. Because we're not going to sleep on the Bills, the Ravens, don't sleep on the Cleveland Browns. Watson gets a full season. He's back in playing form. Stop it. Justin Herbert has Kellen Moore as his freaking offensive coordinator now. Stop it. There are a lot of teams. Hell, don't sleep on the Raiders. If Garoppolo's healthy, even Stedeman. I'm just saying, there's too many teams. Cincinnati, come on, Cincinnati. The Pats, especially if they get DeAndre Hopkins and or Dalvin Cook. Miami, come on now. Houston, come on now. Houston showed that they were a good team last year. They just didn't have the quarterback. Now they got a quarterback. Exactly. Justin Herbert is perfect for Kellen Moore. I'm just saying, how is the Super Bowl favorites the Jets already? How are they even the favorites in the AFC? You're going to sleep on the damn Chiefs? They won the Super Bowl last year. You going to sleep on them? Patrick Mahomes is better than Aaron Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes got more Super Bowl championships than Aaron Rodgers. Stop it. You going to sleep on them? Hey, hold on. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. The Raiders made some moves and they got some draft picks. You don't know what that defense is going to look like this year, bro. Trust me, I live in Las Vegas. Listen to me. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a scrub. He's not a bum. He's not a bad quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo has been to the NFC Championship. If I'm not mistaken, Jimmy Garoppolo went to the Super Bowl. Stop. They know what they doing out here in Las Vegas. They went and got pieces on defense, bro. They addressed that. You're going to see a whole different type of defense next season. That's why I say we can't sleep on any of these other teams. There's too many teams out there now. The Jags? Are you going to sleep on the Jags? You're going to sleep on young Trevor Lawrence? And I ain't even put him in my top 5. He's actually my number 6 over your boy Justin Herbert. Then I got Mac Jones after him at number 7. Deshaun Watson at number 8. I'm just saying, though, Aaron Rodgers ain't even in my top 10 of AFC quarterbacks because I just see too many other players doing better than him this season. And that's why I can't wait to get put on one of these damn talk shows, man, because I'm going to blow people's minds with what I got to say. Because I just don't feel that Aaron Rodgers is that good anymore. I don't. No matter what team he goes to, it's not about the team you're on no more. It's not about the team that Aaron Rodgers plays for no more. It's about Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers ain't got it like he used to, man. It's been showing. Those stats keep going down. They have not improved. Yes. Say it again. The Jags are going to send that whole division. Lawrence going to take that step into the top 5 this year. Exactly. Trevor Lawrence will be in the top 5 conversation for AFC quarterbacks and possibly the top 5 conversation of quarterbacks in the league, depending on how Jacksonville does this year. So I'm telling you, don't sleep on any of these other teams in the league and put the Jets right there at the top of the list as a Super Bowl favorite, especially over the Kansas City Chiefs, who are the defending champions. So, no, we're not going to do that. And they need to stop doing that. They need to stop. I'm serious. Like, this is getting to be like, too much. Like, what are we doing here? How? Already? Look at Aaron Rodgers' past 3 seasons. And he's had a 2-headed monster at running back, a defense, and a wide receiving core. But he's played like crap. Is nobody else seeing this? Is no one else seeing this? Am I the only one seeing this? And to put the Jets and Aaron Rodgers as Super Bowl favorites before the preseason, before the season even gets started. We're talking about they're the faves? Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't agree, and I never will. Because I see it happening for what it is. Aaron Rodgers is going to fail miserably. And the Jets are going to get stomped on this season, and they're going to have a 9-7 season like they did last year. Something like it. Or 10 and not even 9-8. Missed the playoffs by 1 game. Watch. I said 9-7. They'll go 9-8. Hell, as good as that defense is, they might end the game in a tie. Might go 9-7-1. and miss the playoffs. I'm just saying. I just don't feel that they're Super Bowl favorites. I don't even feel that they're playoff favorites. So it's going to be a very, very interesting NFL season this season, guys. So, I'll be here every week with the Gridiron. We're not going nowhere. We all season long, all NFL offseason, all XFL season, all USFL season. Jersey the King and the Gridiron is here. So, with that being said, like I said, I will be bringing you guys a new episode of the Gridiron. It'll be the Vegas Vipers fan show. It said A-Rod trying to beat Brady when he went to Tampa. Problem is he's taking a step or two back, and Brady was still playing at an elite level. Exactly. Aaron Rodgers hasn't played on an elite level in about 2-3 seasons. And I feel that we can all agree with that. Aaron Rodgers has not played on an elite level for the last 2 or 3 seasons. And I feel that him going to a new team isn't going to change that. He may play better, but I don't think he's going to be at his elite level anymore. I think he's done. I think his body's getting too old for this game. Period. And now you're in an AFC where there's some real big, hard-hitting defenses, and then you still may have to possibly worry about the San Francisco 49ers defense, the Dallas Cowboys defense. You have to worry about in week 2. You better hope you don't get injured. Stop it. Stop it. So I'm just saying, like, they're not favorites. I'm sorry. They're not favorites, and I don't believe they're favorites, and I just don't think that sitting here getting hype already and calling them the favorites is the thing to do. I think that's a mistake. I think that the team is getting hyped up too much, and they're getting too much hype already, and I think that's going to ultimately kill it for them. I really do. I think that's going to ultimately kill it for them, and it's going to be too much hype for Aaron Rodgers in New York. It's going to be too much hype for the team itself because they got too high of an expectation for this season. So I think that's what's going to kill it, and I think that's what's going to hurt them and lead them down the path of missing the playoffs. So, but next week I will be bringing you guys some more XFL news. I'll be bringing you guys some more USFL news, and of course some more NFL news, and anything breaking news throughout the week, whether it's during the Fang Gang Nation show, which will be the new Gridiron segment show, I guess you can call it. But it's going to be basically we're going to just do Vegas Vipers talk. But any breaking news regarding the XFL, USFL, or the NFL, I will be letting guys know on Tuesday. Thursday as well, I'll be live as well, and I'll be more based towards, like I said, the USFL and just more spring league news in general. That will be back on Kick as well, so we'll be bringing the show back to Kick and YouTube and Facebook, so we'll be streaming on all 3 platforms. So y'all get ready for that. We're going to try to expand the show. But like I said, make sure you subscribe to the Gridiron Podcast Show channel on YouTube, so when we do move the show over to the Gridiron Show channel itself, you guys will be ready for that, as well as Facebook. We'll be switching it over to the Facebook channel too. So no more Gridiron Show on Facebook or YouTube's Jersey the King channels or Royalty Gamers and Podcast channels. It will be strictly on the Gridiron Podcast Facebook and the Gridiron Podcast YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go and subscribe and go follow the Gridiron Podcast Show channel on YouTube, on Facebook. Follow all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, the whole 9. I have pages for both Royalty Gamers and Podcasts, which is myself, Jersey the King, and the brand Royalty Gamers and Podcasts, as well as the Gridiron. So y'all go check all that out. Make sure you go follow me, subscribe. Again, this show is brought to you by HelloFresh. Hit that exclamation HelloFresh in the chat. Use that code. It'll get you 60% off and free shipping with your order just by using my code. And I greatly appreciate you guys for the support. By using that code, it does help me help the channel grow, help the brand grow. So if you guys are HelloFresh shoppers, hit that exclamation HelloFresh in the chat. Get you that 60% off and free shipping code for your next order. And again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Like I said, we got a lot of things coming up for the future of the show, the future of the brand, the future of Jersey the King, the future of Royalty Gamers and Podcast, the whole nine. So I want to thank you guys for your love and your support. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you guys. Gabe, thank you for the fan mail questions. Thank you for the debates. Thank you for answering the social media questions as well. Also, thank you for the fan mail questions. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you guys for being here. GV, Late Show, everybody that pulled up, showed up, and showed out, showed that love, man. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you again for being here. And I will see you all next week for another episode on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday this upcoming week. So be ready. All my Discord members, we are about to have a thank you, Gabe. I appreciate it, man. Almost deaf, man. We I love the debate part. I love the debate. You already know I love the debate. But all my Discord members, we will be doing that UFC 290 event today. I think it starts around 2 or 3, the early prelims. So you already know, early prelims all the way up to the main card. We doing the whole event. So y'all get ready for it. If you aren't in my Discord, hit that exclamation Discord in the chat like this right here. Yes, it even works on YouTube, y'all. Hit that exclamation Discord in the chat. Boom. Thank you, baby. That's my wife right there, y'all. But yes, that's my queen. Make sure I go show my queen some love. But yeah, if you want to go hit that Discord just like that in the chat, and then I'll get you the code or the link to join the Discord. And you guys come join us and watch UFC 290 for Frizzle. You already know we do this every month in my Discord. We do movie nights, and we do I try to show like the new movies that just come out in theaters and stuff, because you know your boy got access. But now I try and do that with movie nights, but then I do every UFC pay-per-view each month. So come check us out, man. Even if there's 2 UFC pay-per-views in a month, we do it. So y'all come check us out in Discord. Again, I want to thank y'all for chilling with us. Make sure y'all like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and go follow me on all the other socials. Follow the Facebook channels. We need to get those follows up. And you already know, let's build the brand, man. Let's build this brand. I love y'all. Again, thank y'all for being here and showing your love and support to me, man, because without y'all, I would be nothing. You feel me? So again, thank y'all, man. Till next week. Come talk in the trenches with me again. You know what I mean? I love y'all. Peace out.